Hi, my name's Allison, and here's a true story about me.
My crush was spying on me. He saw everything. Everything? I wouldn't want anyone to see. I feel like I do a lot of stuff. I get traumatized just by me doing it to myself, let alone anyone else seeing it, let alone that being my crush, which I don't have. I'm in a happy, loving relationship. But hypothetically speaking, we'll just pretend that my crush is Damon from the Vampire Diaries. Sorry, Kalis. Can't hear me. Hi. Today we're going to be looking at a true story that has been animated in order to protect their identity. I wonder why. Let's watch.
I was never what you might call one of the beautiful people.
I can relate.
Not like my best friend, Shona, who's everything I'm not.
Imagine having a friend.
Short, mousy, and wear glasses, Shona is tall, blonde, and beautiful.
The girl talking is like me. Shona's like Madison Beer. Just a comparison. Oh wow, she is plump.
Still, we're good friends.
I look like a lot more than friends.
And I try not to let the obvious differences come between us. Every Friday night, a group of us head down to the ice skating rink. To be honest, I'm not much of a skater.
Me neither. I went ice skating around Christmas time and my knees hurt so bad. I think I'm prematurely aging.
And I usually spend more time on the floor than skating. At least it gets me out of the house. Dad has a new girlfriend, Avril, and I don't think she likes me.
I'm never in favor of the stepmom. They're never nice.
And always criticizing how I look, which makes me feel worse than ever.
Truth tea, they really do be doing that, and I feel really sorry for her. This sucks. Where is this going?
Shona is always first onto the ice. She's elegant and spins around like a ballerina. I don't mind. I enjoy people watching. I can see Sam Reeves on the ice. I've had a crush on him for years.
Crush has been identified. He looks nothing like Damon from the Vampire Diaries. I mean, he's kind of got like the eyes and the pale skin, but why would she have a crush on him? Whatever.
But like everyone else, he doesn't seem to notice me. And besides, he has a girlfriend.
Give up then.
I have this low self-esteem. I've had a few knockbacks from boys, and these days I'm always wary of opening up to anyone new.
Sounds like me. Sounds like me.
Night, I sat sipping a Diet Coke from a straw and watching the action when I see Tony Franklin. Now,
Tony Franklin? The Tony Franklin? I have no idea who Tony Franklin is.
Tony Franklin is an average-looking guy, but has a reputation with the girls. I've never really thought about him before. My crush on Sam is all-consuming. Hey, Allison.
My crush on Sam is also all-consuming.
He flashes me this great big smile, and I suddenly know why so many girls fall for him. He stares into
They
my
look
eyes
like
as if
siblings.
I'm the only girl in the world. Tony starts talking to me, and after my initial shock, I start
They
to
look
loosen
like
up a little.
siblings.
He's charming.
Get an ancestry test. I think he's your brother. Cousin, at least.
Definitely getting to me. I feel honored that someone is interested in little old me. For once in a long time.
She really just did.
And my defenses start to crumble a little. Later on, me and some of the guys are gonna grab a burger. Do you want to come?
You've been friend-zoned. You're referred to as one of the guys.
The request comes out of the blue, and I pinch my hand to check if I'm dreaming. Nope.
Imagine a guy comes up to you flirting with you. He's like,
"Oh yeah, shawty, wanna come get like some snacks with the guys?"
And you're just like, yeah. He's gonna think you're on something.
Definitely not dreaming. A boy has just asked me out on a date. Well, sort of. I can feel my heart start to beat a little faster. Well, a lot faster, actually. He might not be Sam Reeves, but he makes me feel special. Perhaps your friend Shona would like to come too?
Meddling Shona. Always ruining everything. I've never had a friend like this. Like, a lot of girls talk about having, like, the friend, and guys, like, use them to get to their friend. But thinking about it, I haven't had many friends. In general. So, let's keep watching.
His question is like a slap in the face.
Aww.
So that's it. I should have guessed. Tony is not interested in me at all.
Shona in the back.
It's silly, but suddenly I feel betrayed. So angry. I'd let my defenses down, allowed a moment of weakness, and had been used. He must think I'm stupid or something.
She really said... Why she looks so scary?
But I try to look as dignified as possible.
Like, dude, of course he's not gonna want to go out with you, and he's gonna want to go out with Shona. It has nothing to do with your physical appearance. You're just his sister. I burped.
I don't think I've ever felt as humiliated in my life. Not even with my dad's new girlfriend.
Dad's new girlfriend. Ruining everything.
Fit of rage, I throw the Diet Coke straight into his face. That's what I think of you and your burger. Have a nice time with Shona. I stagger off toward the changing rooms with tears in my eyes. Shona is a good friend.
Shona looks like one of those anime characters in one of those pop-up ads, or it's like an anime girl with like big, voluptuous chest sacks. I just like, play this game. Shona looks like one of those. I hope you don't know what I'm talking about, honestly.
It's not her fault that guys prefer her to me. I tell her that I don't feel well, and she walks me home.
Aww.
I see Tony Franklin watching us, and I want to stick 2 fingers up at him.
Why 2? Bye, Tony. I hate you.
Plan to use me has backfired tonight. When I get home, I go straight to my room. Dad and Avril are out, as usual. He never went out as much with Mom. Dad's not been the same since Mom died.
I mean, he looks happy.
3 years ago. I think that's about the time I started to pile on the weight.
Oh,
So unhappy.
wait, this is
Dad
so
was
sad.
in a mess, too. I wanted him to find someone else, but not someone like Avril. Whenever Avril and I argue, which is most of the time, Dad always takes her side.
Dads really do be like that. They're very hit or miss. I feel like people have like either a really great dad or he's straight up, look, they just don't know who he is. He just doesn't exist. They haven't seen him in years. Most of the time it's because of their female counterparts.
I hardly sleep that night, and the sounds of Dad and Avril making out in the next room doesn't help much.
Ew, I bury myself outside.
I stay in my room all weekend, moping about. I don't want to go to college on Monday, and I try to keep out of Tony's way. I rush
I don't
back
want to go
home
to
from
college on Monday
without waiting
either.
For Shona. I don't want to speak to anyone. Just want to be safe and on my own again.
Shona didn't do anything. Sorry, she's pretty. I feel bad for Shona. Why is she being bullied for being cute? What's she gonna do about that? People get bullied for being ugly, and then they get bullied for being too pretty. Like, what do you want from us? I'm just glad I'm just like a 6.5.
As soon as I walk into the house, I can tell that something's changed. The living room seems tidier than usual. It takes me a moment to
Interesting.
notice. All Mom's pictures have been taken down. All her photos and the ornaments she
What?
collected, all gone.
I would throw a fit. Avril in the trash. Avril gets to go in the dishwasher.
As if she had never existed. Avril is sat reading a magazine on the sofa.
I would
and
hurt
looks
her.
up at me rather triumphantly.
I hate her.
You're home early, Allison.
I hate you,
I feel
Avril.
the anger start to rise. Where
Punch
are
her.
Mom's
Go.
photos?
Fight her.
She puts
No-
down the
no
magazine
words.
rather
Fight
carefully
her.
onto the sofa and folds her arms. Your dad and I thought it would be better if we got rid of all the things from the past.
From the past. It's her dead mother.
I look at her in disbelief. How dare you remove my mother's things?
I'd kill
I
her.
spit
I'd
the words
straight
out
up
at her.
murder her.
Avril sighs and looks at me with her steely blue eyes. Your dad and I thought it would be
That's how I
for
feel
the
about
best.
Avril.
Dad would never agree to this.
Facts.
At that moment, Dad comes out of the kitchen and immediately stands with Avril, placing his arms protectively around her. What's going on?
Avril's not even
He
cute.
doesn't know. Dad, where are all of Mom's things? Now listen, Allie, don't get upset. We just thought it was for the best.
In what realm?
How dare you forget about Mom like this? It's all her doing. Where are Mom's things? I point to Avril, my arm shaking with rage. They're in the kitchen, Dad starts. Look,
I would absolutely murder her. Not even metaphorically. I would do it. Can an animated character sue me for giving her death threats?
there's something I need to tell you. Avril and I are getting married. I don't want...
Cut her hand off.
And I rush into the kitchen and find the boxes of Mom's stuff. Oh, Mom. I cry over the boxes before taking them up to my room. I can't bear the thought of being in the same house as Dad and Avril.
Me
And
neither.
as soon as I have my mom's things stored safely under my bed, I rush back outside.
Smother them both and then like, oh, she's just gonna leave the house calmly. You know, me and her have both got very different approaches to conflict. I really want to know what this has to do with her crush spying on her though, so let's keep watching.
I don't have anywhere to go, but I start walking.
Dig a hole.
Hey,
Sit in
a
it.
voice calls after me about halfway down the street. I don't look around. I know that voice. It's Tony. I walk quickly, but soon I hear footsteps running behind to catch up to me. Hey, stop a minute. What's the matter? I don't want to talk to anyone.
They even have the same side profile. Tell me they are not siblings.
Troy Franklin, but somehow he keeps up with me.
I thought his name was Tony. How is it Troy now?
And we walk to the park. I wish he'd leave me alone, but I'm too upset to talk. I make my way down to the lake to sit on a bench, and Tony sits next to me. What are you doing here, Tony?
Kiss!
He shrugged.
Kiss!
You seemed upset. I was worried about
No?
you.
Okay.
I looked up into his eyes. He looked genuinely concerned, but
He's a liar!
this is the guy that humiliated me.
Don't trust him!
His face is close to mine, and I want to reach out and slap him, but
Kiss.
then I have another idea. I put
Kiss.
my face up to his and kiss him. If he can use me, then I can use him.
That's assault.
Then I feel his arms around me,
Oh.
and his lips embrace me.
Ah.
His lips
This
are
is
soft
graphic,
and warm,
and I
but
hate it,
it wasn't
and
quite
it's
the
very
reaction I was
cringe.
expecting. I wanted to shock Tony, and I quickly pull away and stand up. Just leave me alone, Tony. I hate you.
Go, boy. Go, kisses, boy. Boy likes it. Go likes it. Go. I hate you. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I managed to keep my distance from Tony for a whole week.
His name is Tony. Why was it Troy all of a sudden?
Occasionally, I see him at college, but I always turn in the opposite direction. The sight of him disturbs me, and somehow I can't forget that kiss. It's about 2 weeks later,
Ugh.
on a Saturday night at the local disco, when I bump into him
what's
again.
happening at the local
I have not
disco?
spoken a word to my dad or Avril since the day they moved Mom's things, and it's really frosty.
Neither
back
would
there.
I.
It's
Neither
toward
would
the end
I.
of the evening when I notice him. I've been sat at the bar with my Diet Coke watching Sam having a row with his girlfriend. I'm so intent on trying to listen to what they're saying over the music that I don't notice Tony lurching toward me.
So who's her crush? Tony or Sam? Because Tony seems to be the only one she's getting anywhere with. Sam hasn't been around since the very beginning of this video. Also, she should probably stop being a stalker. I'm not sure how I feel about the main character.
He's drunk. Ellie, he slurs, I've been looking for you. I try and ignore him, but he won't go away.
That voice was so funny.
Ellie, I've been looking for you.
That's how drunk people speak.
And plonks himself on the chair next to me. Will you join me? He sways toward the bar. I cross my arms and scowl at him. Don't you think you've had enough? What would your dad say? Tony's dad is a police officer.
Dating a police officer, guaranteed protection for life. Well, I mean, the son of one. But then also, they'll probably use their weapons on you if you ever broke up or, like, cheated on him or... I'll stop commentating.
To my surprise, he slams his fist down on the bar. My dad can go to hell. I hate him.
Teenage angst.
And for a moment, I feel almost empathy for this boy I've grown to hate.
Yeah, you
Why?
better. Why have you hated him just because of one thing he said?
Tony puts his head in his hands. You wouldn't understand. Try me?
Try me. I knew she was gonna say that. Okay, so Tony's a lot more complex than we thought. He doesn't just like Shona's big anime titties. He has complex emotions.
Then it all comes out. He starts telling me how his mom and dad are always arguing and how he hates to go home. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be telling you all this. I gotta go. He stands, and against my better nature, I grab hold of his arm, feeling a sudden rush of sympathy for the guy.
Aww, they're in love.
There's no
Even though
need
they're
to-
siblings.
He turns toward me, a strange look in his eye. Ellie,
Don't say I love you. Pause at the wrong time.
He lurches forward and grabs me in a passionate and drunken embrace. His
Okay.
lips find mine and crush against
Ugh,
me.
why are their eyes open while they're
Mixed
kissing?
emotions. The guy I hate most in the
hate
world
this.
is kissing me, and he's
Ugh.
drunk.
What do you mean? Kissing me? You already kissed him. Make your mind up. What do you want?
But I feel a slight tingle of pleasure.
Never. Tingle of pleasure, shut up.
To get away, but he holds me tight in his arms.
That's assault.
Tony! I beat at his back as he staggers about with me in his arms until he finally topples over and crashes to the floor.
Is this legal?
Hey, are you okay? A hand reaches over to pull me upright.
Come on.
I look up, and it's Sam
Oh,
Reeves.
it's
Is
David
this guy bothering
Salvatore.
you? He asks. We both look down at Tony, lying spread eagle on the floor.
You should probably call an ambulance.
Come on, I'll walk you home. Sam takes my arm.
I really thought he was gonna grab her memory.
I can hardly believe it. Sam Reeves.
So they just left Tony on the floor?
It's a beautiful, starlit
Sam
night,
Reeves
and as
also
we walk,
has a
Sam
girlfriend.
tells me that he's
Stop
split
being
with
a-
Anna,
Oh.
his long-term girlfriend.
Never mind.
Apparently, they've been rowing too much.
Rowing, rowing, right?
It's been one of those nights. As we approach my house, Sam stops and gazes at me. You know, Allie,
When people say he gazes at me, I can imagine them being like... Anyway, what does Sam do?
you're one of those girls that I can really talk to. Not like Anna, she never really listened. And then he kisses me.
How many guys is this girl gonna kiss in the span of 20 minutes?
And as his lips touch mine, I wait for the explosion in my heart, the fireworks in the sky.
But it
doesn't
didn't
happen.
happen.
His lips are
I'm a
soft
psychic.
and warm, but I don't get the thrill I imagined.
Like I do with Tony. Boom. They're gonna get married.
The strange thing is, all I can think about is that kiss with Tony. Damn
Which
him.
one?
I hate him. He's even ruined this moment for me.
Oh yeah.
Sam says
Tony
goodnight
be
and
ruining
make a
stuff.
date for the following week. There's going to be a big end-of-term party on Friday night, and Sam asks me to be his partner. I can hardly believe it.
So you're telling me Sam just broke up with his girlfriend that very night and he's already asking this girl who it doesn't really seem like he knows that well. Like, he's just kissed once. Bear in mind, college students be doing way more than that on the first night. And now they're going out to get, like, make it make sense.
The event of the college year, and I want to look my best for Sam. Shona helps. She's so pleased for me and lends me a dress to wear.
So now you like
I have
Shona
my hair
again.
and nails done.
Why do they make these characters so voluptuous?
Friday comes. I can hardly wait.
Cringe.
As I look at myself in the mirror, I can't help smiling to myself.
What is that?
Ugly duckling seems to be
Oh.
turning into a swan after all. Coming down
I don't know if I like that
the stairs,
analogy.
stops, his eyes misting over.
Shut up,
He's
Dad.
broken over the
Stupid
last few
idiot.
weeks. Hey, Allie, you
Hate
look
you.
gorgeous.
Hate
Just
you.
like your mom.
Shut up. Yeah? How would you know what she looked like? You put all of her photos in stupid box because of Avril. Stupid idiot.
It seems like the first father and daughter moment we've had since mom died. Maybe we can work something out after all. Sam picks me up in his
Interesting.
car.
Doubtful.
And I'm so proud. He even bought me a corsage and pins it proudly on my dress.
The
The first
He's not
person I
Tony
see
though.
when we enter the sports hall,
I'm on Team Tony.
Tony. He looks smart, almost handsome, and something shifts in my heart. I guess that I'm just feeling sorry for him. He smiles, but because I'm with Sam, he doesn't come over.
How could you do that to Tony? Sam is ugly. I know he's animated, but he's ugly. Tony is the one.
I notice there's no significant other on his arm, which is unlike Tony. It's a great night. We laugh and dance, but something's not right, and I find that at moments, I'm looking around the room trying to see where Tony is.
Kiss him again.
Ridiculous, and I try and pull myself back to the moment. I'm with Sam Reeves, my dream date, but it's not enough.
What more does this girl want? I don't know. She can't be helped.
Towards the end of the night, I notice that Sam is distracted too. It's almost time for the last dance, and he seems agitated. Allie, are you alright? Are you having a good time?
No, I'm thinking about Tony. I want to
smile.
kiss him.
Of course, Sam. I'm having a great time. Is that why you keep looking
That's
out
a
for
lie.
Tony? He states.
How would you know
I
that?
shake my head, start to deny it, but what's the use? Sam has hit the nail on the head
Yep, precisely.
and on my mind all night.
That is Tony.
Well, you know when you had your chance and you blew it. Just kidding. Keep watching.
Sorry, Sam. You've been so kind.
Uh-huh.
He just smiles.
Shut up.
Well, I've got a confession. I've realized that I still love Anna, and I must go and find her.
Boring.
I shake my head, almost relieved when Sam walks away. I'm alone again, just like before.
Just like
I
me.
glance around the room, but Tony is still nowhere in sight. He's probably kissed half the female population already.
Kissed.
And I head for the cloakroom when a hand grabs my arm. Hey,
Tony,
where are you
please
going?
be Tony.
I turn around to see Tony.
Heck
I just
yeah,
bumped into Sam,
heck
he says.
yeah.
He said you were looking for me?
It's
Without
Tony.
another word, he leads me onto the dance floor as the slow and
Oh,
smoochy
hell
love
yeah.
song starts up. My
Like,
heart
be
is beating
dancing
fast and my whole
and
body
stuff.
tingles.
I don't like it when she says tingles. It makes me uncomfortable.
Is what love feels like when it finally comes.
Love.
Tony reaches
Love.
forward
I've kissed
and kisses
twice.
me. A slow,
3
lingering
times.
kiss. And this time, I know it's for real. What do you think of my story? Has love
was
come
alright.
to you in an unexpected form?
Was it unexpected though? I mean, you kind of set it up from the start, but whatever. That was that. Let me know what you think of that. That was weird. I don't. Okay, bye.